3, 2, 1, enter pass. King with a go.
Well, hello there, and welcome to another edition of Warbird Wednesday. My name is Fred Bell. I am the Vice Chairman of the Palm Springs Air Museum, and today, no, we are not channeling Napoleon Bonaparte. I thought, Kevin went out and has me, I feel like either launching an army to war or calling a broadside. What are the others? But I think the Navy guys actually wore it head on. He is my Collywobbles assistant. So, Kevin, thank you for quaffing me in this Napoleonic warfare hat. You know, that movie Napoleon is coming out, which actually I'm kind of interested in. We'll give you both looks. See, there's the naval look, and then I gave you the Napoleon look. All right, we'll kind of throw this off to the side. Oh, a nice catch by the Kevin. So today we're going down another series. You know, we do series of aircraft. We are now going to go through flying boats. And probably one of the most famous, and you can argue with me, is the Boeing, the 314 Clipper. Now, I will go ahead and throw up a plan view of the airplane. Greg can give us a nice shot there in the edit. The first flight on this was in 1938. It was introduced in 1939. It was retired in 1948. There were only 12 built. 9 of them flew for Pan Am, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. Now, when they brought them out for the test flight, the aircraft only had like a conventional tail. They had real problems with that. So they took it back, then they took the conventional tail off, and they put the ends on it. And this is one of those slide rules, and if an inch is thicker, 2 inches is better, that kind of thing. So then they put the ends on, and they still had control problems. So then they put the middle piece back on with the end pieces, and guess what? It was like Goldilocks. The porridge was just right, and a star was born. Now, this has to be probably pre-war, the classic age of air travel. Now, interesting thing, like today, they would weigh you, and you only got, as I understand it, 77 pounds of total luggage. So there could be anywhere from, this was an aircraft that actually had berths in it, like sleeping berths. It was incredibly luxurious. And I know there are Boeing 314 people that know a ton about this. So I want to apologize to those folks from the outset. That's what we do here on Warbird Wednesday, which is a deep dive. We're going to do more like a surfing past, and then we're going to move on into the next one. So I'm sure you know a lot about the interior and all that other stuff, but suffice it to say that this was the nicest air travel you were ever going to have. I mean, the crew attended to your every need. It was extremely comfortable. Depending on the berthing situation, maybe there were 50 to 70 people on the airplane at any given time. So the crew was very attentive. Now, there's another thing. Crews are important. We know, we've talked about the proficiency of air crews. The air crews on these Clippers, the Pan Am air crews, were second to none. They are what made the aircraft so successful. They understood how to do water landings. Remember, when you had weather and stuff like this, now think about this, on the ocean, when you had weather and stuff with this particular airplane, you might have to, if the port is fogged in, you might have to land at sea and taxi into the port. You couldn't land in the port because you had fog. So these crews had to be highly proficient, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Now, there weren't a lot of them. Remember, there are 9 aircraft. So you have for Pan Am, and so you have crews that are highly skilled, a lot of repetition. They learn the airplane. It's not like they're getting moved around tons of machines. And so the Pan Am crews became really critical to the operation of the airplane because they understood how to make these open ocean and water landings and taxi the airplane. And so the crews were very important. The wing on this was unique. The wing was off the prototype bomber, the X-15. So they actually used a prototype wing that was never produced on anything else. These aircraft were built primarily up in Seattle, and they, pre-war, as I said, they were the epitome of luxury. I'm going to go ahead and put this down because I want to get to my salute. And my salute today, I don't think, given the age of these aircraft, that any of these crew members survive. It's possible, and if you know of someone who is a crew member on one of these Pan Am or these 314 Clipper flying boats, I'd like to know about it, and you could send that to me because we'll highlight them. We'll figure out how to highlight them. But the crews in this case are what made the airplane. They learned the machine, they understood it, from the mechanics, the air crews, the stewards. This was, it's one of those things where you get sad because I'm not going to give out when they were scrapped, but it's an airplane that you'll never see and you'll never be able to experience. And that really is unfortunate because some of these things, like the great ocean liners, that when they were in their heyday, wouldn't that have been really cool to kind of do a transit from London to New York, let's say, or somewhere in the UK or France, and be in the epitome of luxury and just have a cruise across the ocean? It was a slower time. For the Pan Am folks, it was about to get a little bit faster, but in pre-war, this was amazing. So to those Pan Am crews, wherever you are, I salute you. Well, let's see. What do we got here? I almost jumped into this without looking at it. Kevin, I'm getting more trusting of you than Greg, who used to give me liquid cyanide. This is a money bag cream soda. It has a Facebook piece on it, so this is not very old. It is lukewarm, but that's my fault because we had a little bit of time getting ready. That's not bad. Kevin, you're slipping. That's 2 out of 3 that have not, aside from the one where I needed like nitroglycerin to open it. I love that B-29 where Greg put in, 28 minutes later. That was actually pretty true. We had to figure out how to open that thing, go out to the internet and everything. So, for one class comfort, beautiful, guess what happened? The war started. When the war started, like ocean liners, the military grabbed a hold of everything, including these. They bought the flying boats and then they leased them back to Pan Am. I think it was for $1 a year. Now, the interesting thing about that was the Pan Am crews stayed with, to show you how important they were, they stayed with the aircraft and flew the aircraft for the United States military. So you can see even the military at that time recognized how important those crews were. The big thing about these were they were used for long-range flights. I'm going to tell you something in a minute that is absolutely amazing. FDR flew one of these in 1943 to Casablanca, so that shows you how opulent they were and what they were considered. They served and moved crews throughout the war and acquitted themselves quite well. Now, the interesting thing, and this is at the time, I want to be clear, at the time, there are aircraft that can go much further, but at the time, the 314 could go 2,150 statute miles on a load of fuel. It was I think it was the only aircraft at that time to have that kind of range. It had just incredible range. It became more and more, the water landings became a liability. And then towards the end of the war, the military flying boats were kind of on their way out. And there were a couple of things coming. What was coming? It was the Lockheed Constellation and the DC-4. The Constellation and the DC-4 were what really spelled the end of the 314 of the Clipper. By 1951, they were all gone. They had been scratched. Think about that. They're gone. Now, for those of you who are weeping at home, maybe you've gone out and got yourself a special beverage. There is a 314 full-size mock-up, which that'd be cool. It's in Ireland, so you go out to the web, see if you can find that. Go see a full-size mock-up of the airplane. But as I said, all of these airframes were scrapped by 1951, which is incredibly sad. Now, if you want to travel like a Boeing executive, by the way, I have this bag. This is a fantastic overnight bag. I use it when I go out for 1 or 2 nights. It is absolutely fantastic. It has got little pockets and folds and all kinds of things. It is up on our website. If you click on the link, Jason will make one of these. No, he won't. But he will get one for you, run down to the store, and mail you. Jason he jumps for joy whenever he gets a web order. So go ahead and click on this. You will not be disappointed. This is a really nice bag. I kind of feel like I'm on the home shopping channel. You will not be disappointed. So run down and get one of those now. If you came across us on YouTube and you like what you see, we do this one cut, one script, and we do overview of nothing but military aircraft, then forward us to your friends, give us a subscription, give us a like, give us a comment. We're getting a lot more comments. We really, really like those. We're happy to talk with you through the site. With Facebook, if you come across us, the same thing. Give us some comments, give us some likes. We cannot do this without your donations. Everything runs on your cash to be able to make this stuff happen. So click on that link, donate a few shekels. We absolutely appreciate that from you. My name is Fred Bell. I am the Vice Chairman of the Palm Springs Air Museum. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
3, 2, 1, end of pass. King with a go.
Day, all my fears have gone away. I guess this means I'm here to stay. Yeah, I'm ready to fly, ready to fly. Wasn't long ago I shook at the thought of being hooked. But ever since I wrote my book, I'm ready to fly, ready to fly. Come along and join us, we can plug you in a simulator. We'll teach you how to dance and be the perfect imitator. We'll give away all your music to the operator. We were born with a light to shine, and we can do it in our lifetime. And when we get the balance right, oh, we're riding on the satellite. The satellite.
Saw them hitting the beat. The sound that emanated, it was really sweet. Told them of a shy young man bitten twice, and gave a little old school good advice. Pretending's not the thing, got to be yourself. Honesty, integrity, happiness and health. Bending to the needs of others ain't the way.